to Barbell Brigade. I'm Gio.
I'm Charlie.
Oh my God, those eyes.
You're the guy on the horse in like the deodorant commercial.
Dun-dun-dun.
Is it because of skin color, bro?
Oh, come on, Mike.
And I'm Lou.
Oh my God.
You're Lou, and I'm Silent Mike. And I'm Silent
No,
Mike.
you're a ghost.
Hashtag Silent Ghost.
Silent transparency.
Silent ghost.
Ow.
All right, folks. So what?
Don't
are
ever call me folks again. We're
All right,
friends here.
peoples. All right, amigo. What
Compadre.
are the? Yeah, comrade. What are the? Are we done?
Yeah, we're waiting.
What are the misconceptions of the fitness industry?
Oh, let me tell you something, pal. Buddy, tiger, captain.
All right, buddy. Let me know.
Misconceptions.
I don't know.
Oh,
Meatheads, unintelligence.
Here's one.
Yeah, unintelligence is a good one.
Yeah,
Also
people
that-
think we're all stupid.
Or
Women.
for females, we're
Yeah,
like
females,
we're like
Steroids,
lesbian.
and you got a
Turn
wee
into
wee.
men.
You got a wee wee,
Yeah.
which may or may not be true.
A
I
misconception
definitely
too
do.
is that people in a position of authority actually know what the hell they're talking about.
Gurus and experts. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That
Oh,
they're
right.
qualified or experienced.
Well, like let's look at like just off the top, man.
Yeah, calm down, calm down.
Now you're looking at, and this is not me
Towel
being mad.
rows.
Okay, so
If they're talking about fucking towel rows, they're fucking wrong.
Yeah. So you have a traditional gym. Okay, nothing wrong with that. And you have people who are wanting to help other people. Now, a lot of the times, you do have to have some form of a certification to be able to do those things. But I believe that it would be best if there was life application from the trainer in which you're receiving information from on the thing that you're asking information on. If you want to know about weight loss from a guy who used to play in the NFL who's extremely overweight but's a trainer because he's been in the gym his whole life, he might know some things and he might be able to help you. But if you're not able to do things and prove them in your own life, I believe in leading by example. Now, I don't want to discredit that guy. That guy could have hundreds and hundreds of different pieces of articles that could help you be successful. But I think that you want to receive information from someone who's willing to have the same discipline towards the same thing you're wanting to have discipline from. If you want to learn about getting jacked from a dude who's not jacked, I mean, he could probably teach you, but how much of that information are you really going to manifest into your own training if you don't train that? Now, here's an example, like Charles Glass from Gold. I never disrespect him. He's trained the best, and he's one of the best coaches and trainers out there.
And he benched 540 at 181.
At
Damn.
181, right? But those are exceptions because those people are like figureheads. I'm saying if you walk into a 24, not a Gold Gym on Venice, but if you walk into a 24 and you're looking at someone who maybe just got hired on to teach or someone who's been there forever, just kind of like selling PT or they're good at selling PT, that's a misconception is that they always have the information. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that don't go to one place and let that be your end all for that information because so many trainers screw people up forever, then they never want to work with a trainer again just because they got a shit person. Yeah. So a misconception is that everyone in their profession within the fitness industry is actually knows what they're doing. Yeah. Because they might know what they know, but it's not what you might need. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause that really pisses me off. Sorry.
Yeah.
What you got, Lou?
Absolutely.
More? I got more.
What do you got?
That everyone that looks good is either on steroids or has to be in the gym for their life.
Oh, true.
That like we live in the
yeah.
gym.
Yeah.
I only train once a week.
Yeah.
That we all eat super
kidding.
clean.
I was gonna
I
say
eat
that
like
they that,
shit.
well, not
Oh,
only
yeah.
super clean, but that eat perfect or do everything perfect. Like you can look pretty dope and not do perfect.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. What else you got?
I mean, damn, I don't even know right now. You guys got some.
I was fired up. Sorry.
Well, I mean, I think one of the other misconceptions is just like, back to the whole like eating thing. Like for one, like you don't have to stock up on all these supplements all the time. I think people are always like, oh, this person for sure is taking like multivitamins and this and that and this and that and that. I'm like, not necessarily. It's like some of these people are actually on juice, and like you're not gonna look like that. It's gonna take some hard work for sure.
Lifting heavy gets you injured or it makes you look like a dude.
Yeah.
For women.
One of mine is when you hang out with someone that isn't in the fitness industry or is just not in fitness in general, and then they feel like because you're judging them.
And you could care less.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't give a shit what you do with your life. Like, if you're happy, then that's what matters to me the most. But I always feel like I have to be like on the defense. Like, no, I'm not looking at what you're eating. I'm not
Opposite
doing
to
any of
those,
that.
they judge you.
What?
Oh, I
Like
don't
if
even
I'm
think
hanging
of
with like
that.
non-fitness friends and I'm getting a bird, like, oh yeah, Mike, like come on, bro, like, can I just like chill?
Yeah, that's one of the big ones.
Yeah, I've talked with Misha about that and others is that, you go out to eat and they're like, oh, and everyone orders a salad, and you're like, you guys don't order salads. Like, we're at a burger joint.
Yeah.
Like, just eat whatever you want to eat.
Yeah,
Or
like,
you
we're
order
not
salad
judging.
and they'll be like, oh, there's Charlie again with his kale salad.
Yeah.
Or even if you pick,
Your friends
or
tell
even
you
if
that?
you
You
eat
need
something
new
bad.
friends.
Like,
I don't really have friends. These are things I watch in movies.
Yeah.
Well, people associate.
No, I mean,
like,
stuff
eating
like this
something
might
bad.
happen, though.
No, yeah.
Like, oh, you're eating a burger, you're eating chips.
Yeah, let me
like,
take a picture, Lou,
I'm
and
like,
burger.
I always eat burgers and chips and candy and hot Cheetos and
Oh, that sounds
And-
bomb.
everything. M&Ms,
And
peanut,
and
and
peanut M&Ms.
He's
don't
the
know?
and.
Hot
What about
Cheeto
peanut
fries.
butter M&Ms?
Yeah.
Put that in your pipe.
Another one with a
Ooh.
common misconception too, now thinking about that, like you guys were saying too, is that anyone that's strong is on gear, like steroids or
True.
whatever, or that any girl that's lean is doing something like that. Like, it was just on my mind because she was here, or she's here, is that a lot of people would say that when Misha was super shredded and she was training really hard, like, oh, she has to be on something.
Oh, yeah,
Or
yeah,
because
yeah.
she's around people that are,
That's
or
annoying.
how could she be that strong? So you're discrediting someone's hard work because you personally can't achieve what they can achieve
Yeah.
without taking those realms, or you don't want to work that hard. And she's been tested, I've been tested. Like, there's plenty of proof within the pudding. But the other thing is, on the whole other side of that is that in the fitness industry, a misconception is, like you said, anyone that's in a fitness magazine, if they are not on something, even if they're natural, they have been touched up to look better. So don't think that
Yeah.
you see someone with perfect abs, that their abs are actually perfect. You know what I mean? And I always tell people, and I've talked about this before on the show, is that be the best version of yourself. Don't compare yourself to others. So misconception is that also that you can look like somebody else. You can't. You can only look like you. Like,
Yeah.
I would love to have a chest as big as Bart's. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean? Maybe you want
Lose calves.
lose
Yeah, I
legs
actually
or
get that
calves.
a lot.
Like,
I
think
mean,
about that. You know,
Yeah,
that's a
there's-
misconception that you could have someone else's thing.
I'd say the opposite misconception is true though too, where people on the outside think that nobody in the industry is on steroids.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh.
yeah.
There's people.
That
I was
sad.
that. You know,
And
when
a
I was
lot of
younger, I had no idea.
A lot of people in the fitness industry are banking off of that.
Yeah.
Where they're like, you can look like me too.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm natural.
Yeah.
But it's true though. Like, there's a lot of people who, like, oh, if you do this, if you do exactly what I do, then you're gonna get the same results. And
Or
then
you're gonna
get-
be like me.
Or you're gonna get that 6-pack. Some people don't even have a 6-pack. Some people have 10, 8, or 4. You know, just
Talk to 'em.
it
Like
fluctuates
naturally,
between
yeah.
different people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna look exactly like that.
Exactly.
Listen to Charlie.
Yeah, and I feel like there's arguments for all of it because
There is.
there's so many misconceptions. But like I mentioned earlier, that we live in the gym, which is a misconception, but it's also a misconception that this is easy.
Right.
Like, hey, you could use this shake weight, or hey, you could do this. Like, no, bro. Like, you're gonna have to put in work. Like, it's
Yeah.
gonna fucking not be easy, but it's also not gonna be death. There's harder things in life than working out.
Yeah.
All right. So if a miracle happened and you've competed really hard and you're like at a fucking amazing level in your whatever sport you're training in, right? You have the opportunity to compete in the upcoming Olympics, whether that's Tokyo. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Tokyo.
Okay, let's do Tokyo. And you can compete in any sport.
Why has it
in
got to
the
be a
Olympics.
miracle? Are you saying we're not good athletes?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Specifically to you. What sport would you compete in?
I have a couple of sports that I would.
So is
I have
this,
scenarios.
yeah. So is this what we might be like genetically gifted at? Like we might be able to actually do,
let's
or what we
Could
just
you,
Well,
want
could
to
you
do?
go in?
I
and-
already know for you, you can never get in the Olympics. So just dream on. What do you dream on? yeah. So just let me know.
Okay, so I'll
Go.
go
Yeah,
first.
lead the
Okay,
way.
so this is my scenario. So I'm going to answer this in a weird way. So here's my scenarios. To demonstrate strength, I would love to do Olympic weightlifting. I think that'd be awesome because you're representing your country
Yeah.
through lifting, and you're going to be one of the strongest in the world. Now, if it was the context in which I had to go to the best of my abilities to go to the Olympics, I might not want to do that because I'd be in the last session even if I was the best I could be versus those guys. Now, if you were to say hypothetically I had a chance to win and I could be super, super strong, that'd be awesome. Next sport I would look at, if I wanted like the exhilaration of the Olympics, that glory, sprinting always comes to mind.
yeah.
100 meters, you're out there, everyone's watching you, everyone in the world wants to know who's the fastest
Yup.
person, right? Now, if I had to think about a long-term career and about cool friendships to be able to really cool stuff, I want to be on the basketball team because they are the most popular, hang out. They're
The
like
dream team.
They're like the dream team, that kind of thing. So I said if it was a team sport, I'd want to be on the basketball team. If it was for the exhilaration of experiencing the Olympics like in a flash, it'd be the 100-meter sprint. But if I wanted to like demonstrate my strength, I'd do Olympic weightlifting. So I gave 3 scenarios, which I was only going to give 1.
Ooh, you little
Give
selfish.
them Lou.
I mean, to
I wanna go to
me,
the Olympics.
I think if I could go into anything, it would definitely be sprinting, because of the same thing.
Were you fast?
Nah, I'm not. I think I am fast, but I don't think as fast as they are.
Well, of course.
But
Dude, the amount of muscle that you carry on your fucking legs, you're
I used
slow
to be
shit.
You
fast.
want to race later?
maybe.
You're like a horse,
But I'll
man.
tell you something. Boxing is also really cool.
Ooh, what do you think about boxing?
I love boxing a lot. I just think it's like a matter of mental fortitude and physical endurance and beating. Like you really have to push beyond any type of normal limits, and you kind of have to like
That's combative.
pull something out of your ass or your heart or whatever it is that to kind of take you're literally getting your ass beat all the way down, bro.
Yeah. It's different being
Eye of
punched
the
in the teeth.
tiger.
Yeah.
Or swimming. I actually used to be a swimmer too. So I think swimming is dope too. It's the same thing, same concept as kind of the sprint, but just in water. And I think it's pretty cool, man, just to be the fastest one there as
Dude,
well.
would you be shitting bricks if you were swimming right next to Mike Phelps?
I mean, when I used to swim, I was super nervous. I think this is the only sport that's the only sport that I was ever really super nervous. Like, I don't think I really get nervous for any sports. And I've been in a couple championship games for a lot of sports that I played. And I've been in finals. I've been in different situations. But for some reason, swimming was really nerve-wracking. Like,
Oh, wow.
Were you good or were you bad?
I think I was pretty good.
Yeah, maybe that's
I mean, I swam since I was 4 years
sure.
old. I've actually swimming is the sport that I've played the longest since I was in high school.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I went to finals. So I was pretty competitive. I did backstroke, but I would get super nervous. I think it's not only because I wore a Speedo and it was cold that contributed to my nerves.
Really? Or are you
And-
joking now?
No,
I don't want to make
swear,
fun of you.
I'm not even kidding. Like,
I guess I could see it.
the weather, and I mean, I had a parka on, but I would still feel the breeze. The water was cold most of the time.
So you were worried about your small dick.
No.
What were you talking about then?
Well, because of the weather.
All you did is talk about how cold and Speedo you had it on.
Wait, what?
No, maybe he was saying that he had nothing. He's
He's naked
ve-
to the world.
Yeah,
You're
Yeah, that's what I
exposed.
mean.
Exposed.
Yeah,
You're
he's
no, I was
vulnerable.
nervous.
Then why did you mention the cold air? We
Because-
know what cold air does.
No, because it makes you nervous. I think on top of.
So the dick Speedo comment had nothing to do with the cold air comment.
No.
Oh, maybe I am a pervert.
I think the weather
You got dick on the
on
mind,
top
buddy.
of nerves made it like more nerve-wracking.
Maybe
you know?
also too with it being something you've done the longest, it's expectation.
Yeah, I mean, there's always been a lot of pressure for me when it
Pressure
comes
makes
to swimming.
diamonds, baby, and you're cold.
Dude, like I actually quit swimming, and my family and my coach were pissed off. Yeah.
What about for you? What about for you?
You go.
So for me, I was gonna try to be funny and I was gonna make a joke and I was gonna say speed walking, but then when I really got to thinking about speed walking, it's like, that's actually kind of cool to be like an Olympic speed walker because it's like we all walk.
Not
Like,
that
I'm
cool.
like the fucking
it's
best
I'm
at
the best
walking
at everyday
really
speed
fast.
Speed
Like
walking's
that's
a skill.
amazing.
That's pretty good.
And then I was thinking ping pong because it's another one of
my
those.
God.
You know what? It's
Ping
pretty
pong.
sick.
Ping
Ping
pong's
pong is
sick.
legit.
It's intense.
That is sick.
It's
It takes a
legit.
lot of hand-eye coordination. It's intense.
does.
Oh, there's a lot
man.
of ball movement.
It's going fast. It's going fast.
There is.
Yeah.
We're talking about a little tiny ball
It
and
is.
a little table and
It's
like
And a
This
little
guy.
Speedo and
And
cold
big-
air.
And then lastly, I'm busting a Charlie here. Lastly, I think ultimately I would want to be a gymnast just because they're fucking
Oh,
badass.
true.
And
Yeah,
they're like
I
defying
forgot
gravity. And like they're so powerful, so strong, and they're like flying half of the time.
Yeah.
You know, like that's just pure like amazing human strength at its finest.
Yeah.
And they look jacked too.
I think that male or female would be great to be a gymnast, but I think that every girl's dream, if they were in the Olympics, would do some form of gymnastics.
Yeah,
because
they're
it's also like
badass.
elegance and strength and beauty and power.
I feel a
It's
lot of
all those things.
our views tainted on the Olympics because media taints everything. And
Yeah.
so like the U.S. shows us and we watch what the U.S. is historically good at.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that's cool. You know, there's how many sports in there? There's
A lot.
200,000 athletes or something ridiculous, right? Like,
Yeah.
like we don't know. Well, we probably couldn't even name all the sports between the
Yeah.
four of us, right?
Well, real quick, just to mention on that, I don't know if this is true or not true, but the only woman, I saw this on a thread, so I can't believe
Yeah.
everything's on the internet, but one of the only women to have 4 Olympic golds in like succession of Olympics is actually a shotgun shooter.
Yeah.
But with
Oh,
everything
what?
going on right now, I heard that they don't want to speak about it because she's also pro Second Amendment and her sport is utilizing a firearm.
yeah.
Now, don't quote me on that, but I could see how
of
you
course.
could use media to skew certain
Oh,
things as
absolutely.
well.
Well, just like weightlifting.
So don't quote me on that. I saw it on a
Yeah, yeah.
site that she either had won 4 or she has like the most decorated wins somehow.
Yeah.
But
Think
that they
about
don't
it.
talk
That
about
makes sense because
Think about
longevity. You can keep your skill longer and you keep
can
your
shoot
body
for a long time, yeah.
But like weightlifting, if we were really good at weightlifting would be on primetime TV.
Yeah.
Sure.
America's not that awesome at weightlifting.
We do
We
basketball.
suck.
So then it's not on primetime. Gymnastics, track, we are.
Yeah.
There's also like
yeah.
Taekwondo too.
I'd probably
We'll wrap it
do
up on you.
sprinting. Probably sprinting. Multiple reasons. One, because I'm competitive and I feel like you could be good at multiple events, so you could win multiple medals, right?
Yeah.
You don't just do the 100, even though you can do
Oh,
the
it's
100, you can do the
strategic for you.
right? Yeah, a little bit.
More ways to compete.
If I'm that shotgun chick, you have one event, and even
Yeah.
if you're the best, you're like, oh, I have 1 gold. But yeah, strategic.
Aw, I
2,
only got
the
1.
title of fastest man in the world's fucking sick.
Yeah,
that's
that's
sick.
sick.
Like racing.
But imagine walking the fastest.
No.
Yeah. You should
I
play
just
Pokemon
said
Go if you're
imagine.
that.
Good.
Like, hold on.
It'll be part of your
Like,
training.
are they in a car? Like, no.
Right, no,
That's
I'm
the world's
walking.
fastest walker.
Racing.
Power
Like,
walking's hard.
It's hips, bro.
sa
not
sa
shoulders.
sa 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 sa.
Yeah, I don't mess
Oh,
with
what else?
I just think that racing, like sprinting, is like the most basic form of competition.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Like
the- everyone
when
can
you're
do it.
6, you're like, bro, race to that tree.
You know what would make
Yeah.
Olympic sport, that one is specifically way more interesting if the fastest person in the world was outrunning a cheetah.
if a
I watched.
cheetah was on an inside lane
They
chasing
go
a
like
rabbit,
60
yeah.
miles per
Like a
hour.
real
There's
animal.
like a thread going on Facebook too, or Instagram, whatever. It says like, what if they added an average person to every event to give you?
Did you hear what
That
they
would be
said?
amazing, though.
Well, no, they said that's what the Canadians for. I didn't write that. I didn't write that.
Actually, I think that's
I'm
some Mexicans, but okay.
I'm just saying, whoa, but I agree.
But if you had,
I
Like,
just
it's
say
like the
that.
Filipino divers that belly flop.
yeah. Like you
Back
see how
to
fast
back.
like Michael Phelps is, and he's beaten maybe the race by this much. But when you put like me in there,
He
like
did
you'll
win
really
it.
know how good he
He
is.
did it against Steve
Or you put
Aoki,
him
the DJ.
in the cold air.
Yeah,
with
small
his
speedo.
Small dick. We got it.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any other questions, please leave those in the comments below. And if you would like to give us a follow, please go ahead and check out the
Go do that.
description
Go do
box.
that. Unfollow, follow.
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 Anyway, like the video, share the video. Until next
Follow.
time, thank you so much.
Deuce.
Do you have to be sore in order to determine that you had a really good workout?
No.
No way, Jose.